After our last lesson where we made this part of the spreadsheet, so we found out how to create all of our dice and roll all of our dice. What I've done over here on the right is I've made a separate table. So I've gone all the way up to column Q and I've written 100 throws, 200, 300, 400, all the way down to 1000. And I've made those boxes yellow. Then across here I've written 1 to 6, and at the bottom I've written 1 to 6. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to roll all of the dice and I'm going to record the instances of each number of dice per 100 throws. So after 100 throws here, 200. So on my first set of rolling 100 dice, I rolled 22 ones. On my second set, I rolled 13. And what I'm going to do at the end is I'm going to add all of them together. In fact, I'm going to make this box green now, so I can see that that's what my answers are going to be. So make sure that you use the blue colour here, the yellow colour for these columns, and the green for here, because the count tool only records what's on a white or a red background. So now I'm just going to give you a quick example of how I would record my next set of 100. So I highlight all of my 100 dice, click, and now I have my results. So 18 ones, 22s, 19 threes, 24s, 17 fives, and 16 sixes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my total calculation tool. So what I'm going to do is go to this cell here, L14, and I've already set my tool up, but I'm going to show you how to do it again. So it says 53 here, which is the total of these three numbers. So I'm going to click here, I'm going to click the calculation tool up here, the formula wizard, go to advanced, select function, total, and then what you need to do is you can either move it or you can do it behind. Highlight all of the cells you want to total and then press OK. Now if that's worked, you can again click the edge and drag across, and you can see all of my answers are automatically filling. So now one more example of me doing this. If I roll all of my dice, every time I put my answer in, my total box should continue to automatically add them. As you can see, all of my totals have already gone up without me having to do anything. Now that I have all of my data, I'm going to make another table that shows me all of the data summarized. So rather than having this big table here, I'm going to make a smaller one here. So I'm going to write the dice number, total after 100 throws, after 1000 throws, I'm going to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I'm going to write the totals, which were 174, 141, 169, 190, 176, and 200 exactly. Then I'm going to make each row a different colour just so it's easier for me to see. So we'll go with orange, then we'll go with yellow, green, blue, maybe the other blue, and purple. Now that I have all of the data I want, I can highlight the table I've made and press this button up here, the chart button in the top menu. So what I've got here is a chart that shows me quite a lot of different things. However, none of my titles on either the top of the chart or the X or the Y axis actually tell me what's relevant about this data. So what I need to do now is I need to click this button here to change my titles. So my title is going to be dice totals after 1000 throws. I'm going to have total here, and down at the bottom I'm going to have dice number. So I can see lots of different ways of looking at my chart here. So I've got lots of nice relevant data here, so I can see how many times I've rolled each dice like this. I can also see it on the pie chart, or I can see it on a bar chart going sideways. Either way. Now, what's interesting to think about is, what does the result show? And I'd like you to think about that and maybe record it in one of the cells when you save your work at the end. of completing this task.